Hi guys, today we're going to play some more Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we did some really awesome side quests, and I gotta say that the side quests in this game, a lot of them are really good. Like super worth it. Some of this stuff in these side quests could have been in the main story. Very important character building, world building. We went to Dravaged and Lostwing, so we helped out Blackthorn and Quentin. I especially liked how the Blackthorn one all came together in the end, all of the parts to that quest line all coming together. I wasn't really too big on Blackthorn's quests at first. Like the first couple, I was like, okay, like those were fun, but I was like, I don't think I'm gonna add them to the playthrough because they just kind of felt really wordy, really lengthy for like what they were, kind of fetch quests and stuff. But then after we got to Dravaged and did all that and finished everything up, I was like, this is so good and all the parts are so important. I need to add it in. So I hope some of you guys did enjoy watching through that. Today we're going to be doing some more side quests in Martha's Rest and Dalamil. These ones I also just had to include in this. So let's check those out. Thank you guys again for being here as always, and I hope you guys enjoy. See you in the comments. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, lots of stuff to read. Captain Doris. Sir, I and the other curse breakers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest, her recent investigations have visited upon her. Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. If it is not too much trouble, I would ask that you please speak with the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
So would you say this one is one that... This is a good stream quest? Okay, that's fine then. We will save it for tomorrow then.
Then again, why settle for low-born chaff when we've honest-to-goodness royalty right here beneath our roof? If Prince Dion cannot see my love for him, then perhaps the Phoenix will.
I don't know about that. I don't think Joshua is worried about love right now. Maybe after we save the world. If we all come out of this alive. Which I am kind of doubting. Okay, so I accidentally progressed a story a little bit. But when I went over here, I got some dialogue for one of the other side quests of Cole was talking about Doris. And somebody was worried about Doris. I don't remember who. But anyways, they sent us to go find her and talk to her. And then I happened to just walk past this direction. And then Cole was like, oh, she's not here. She went to Martha's Rest and something about slavery. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to start there. And then just go from there. And then at some point we'll stop doing side quests. We'll get to main story. Otherwise, I feel like we'll be doing it the whole time. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Okay, let's go see Doris.
Or she's somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
Oh, looks like she's here. With Martha. Or maybe she's gone. But Martha knows where she went.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
This is a different quest. Okay, but we will help you as well. Okay, we'll do both of these.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
Not too great memories.
Tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Sounds good to me. I was wondering, like, what she was talking about had anything to do with Doris. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan.
So he's there. Doris is over there, I guess. We'll continue the one that we just started then. Be less confusing. You think Martha's your waifu? That's a very good choice. Good choice. Yesterday I asked everybody who their waifu was in this game because there are many options. One thing that Final Fantasy XVI does not lack is a large choice of options for best waifu. Mine goes to the girl that I always forget her name. Yote. She's the cutest. But yeah. Hey Ghetto, what's up? You say Benedicta? Good choice. She's pretty hot. Cut me some slack, Shumrai, okay? There's a lot of names to remember in this game. Let's go talk to Wade. Let's see if we can get those bandits out of Eastpool.
So Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
To Eastpool. Well, we can get there quick. We might as well. We have a lot of quests to do. Evict the bandits. Hey.
You think you can just walk in here?
You're evicted.
You will leave Eastpool now, or face the consequences.
Oh, I keep doing that. I had that move that I just did, whatever it's called. That fire move on the triangle for so long that I keep accidentally pushing square. I mean, I keep accidentally pushing triangle when I shouldn't be. Using the wrong move. Okay, though.
That's the end of that, then.
Oh. Oh, it's been a long time since we fought one of these. It's only been one other time, and that was rather early on, I think. Ow. Nice. Wow, that was quick.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
Did you like that?
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
It was a Pokemon.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashic in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
I oftentimes forget that it's like 5 years past between, you know, all these things that have happened at the beginning of the game. Alright, let's tell her what went on.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely
I thought
done.
it was my job to tell you.
What's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it, and now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
Westpool.
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
I'm not sure I've ever heard that saying before, but I feel like I immediately understand it. She has another quest for me. Well, we might as well do it. We're here.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you.
Oh, were you?
I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool.
Oh, okay.
Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Yes, you will, ma'am. Yes, you will. Okay, so I always thought, like, I always, equated Gisal greens with chocobos only. I didn't think that, like, people could eat it too. It kind of reminds me of this video that I've seen, and I think it's a video that has been in a lot of people's recommendations on YouTube. So some of you guys might have seen it before as well, but it's this old lady. It's from many years ago. She's no longer with us, but she was showing how to make like a dandelion salad, because back in the day during one of the wars, you've seen it? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys have. But anyways, you know, food was scarce, and sometimes you just had to make do with whatever, and they would go out like just gathering weeds basically and eating them. So Gisal greens are probably kind of like that.
Ah, Lord Rossfield.
Here's your fucking grass.
What brings you to Eastpool?
You can eat grass while you touch grass.
These are Gisal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're
Speak
coming.
of the devil.
So wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Martha's here. Watch out.
Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home.
She's a hurricane.
Free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
She's got a fucking frying pan. Oh, yes.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
Let's go.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Bravo.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
Let's do this.
Sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade, they're here.
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
calm before the storm. And here it comes.
Oh.
I will not
What the hell?
let this village fall.
Why'd they all come right here? I thought we were gonna slowly lead them to the village square. Is this the square? I don't even know. I don't even know where the square is. Okay. Well, let's do this. Martha is amazing, and I really, really liked that. And I know I was kind of complaining a little bit last night about how instead of letting all the people of Lost Wing just like fight on their own, why didn't Clive like come to their aid in a bigger way than he did? And I still kind of feel that way a bit with that particular quest, but I do enjoy that a lot of these quests, it's not just Clive coming in and saving the day. It's Clive and others like Martha and Wade, of course, but you know, coming up with the plans, the strategies to make this work like long term, so that these different locations can be self-sufficient and not just Clive comes in, fights the monsters, and then leaves. So I thought that I appreciate that. But I still feel like we could have done more to help with Lost Wing.
You lose. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Do you know who you're speaking to? I'm Muthos. Sir Muthos to you. Alright, is this where we're going? Mentos.
Next one's mine. I might know one.
The curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest.
All right, ready to go. Oh, big boy.
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Yay. Well, that was real quick. That poor guy did not last long at all.
All right.
All right.
Back to Eastpool.
That takes care of that. That's what she said.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool.
Yay.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you.
Thank Martha.
You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
Martha!
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
Yep.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade.
Pudlian?
But you should be proud all the same.
What?
I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed.
Can't argue with Martha.
Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
Oh, yeah.
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have
Damn.
always been a true shield.
What?
I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Are they putting
Thank
good
you,
feels in my
my
Final
lord.
Fantasy XVI?
I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
You know, the overall tone of this game has definitely evolved. And I guess it kind of snuck up on me, but I'm really starting to like feel it, that it was so dark and dreary, and now there's like there's hope. Even though the state of the world is the worst that it's ever been, with the sky being like it is and all the Akashic and the blight just going crazy, but morale is high, and yeah, it's kind of nice. All right, I guess we gotta talk to Martha again. Then we'll do this Doris one, and then we'll go and do some we'll check out the hunt board.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
All in a day's work.
I just did what I could.
I just do what I do.
It's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves.
She did what she could do.
Right under my skin it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Just know it's all greens, okay? I'll pass on those. Well, that was quite nice. We're getting a lot of things to go into Clive's chambers. Every quest is pretty much giving us something. To remember. Something to remember. And we got to learn about how Sid and Martha met, which was really neat. Oh, where is this Doris? I don't even remember what she looks like. I think we only... I remember only speaking with her once before.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jaws couldn't hurt me. I'm a son of Rosaria,
I love these
after
dialogues.
all. A born survivor.
Oh.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Well, we can't have this going on. That's for damn sure. Here it is.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
She seems awful.
You're welcome to try.
She seems quite awful. Man, these damn mages. Oh, what the hell? Corkscrew.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
I wish to throw you off a bridge.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade?
Brooding? Brooding?
Yeah. I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Okay,
Better
slave
fighting
trader.
For a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always
Gross.
so eager to learn.
She's gross.
And had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
Read the room, lady!
Never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
Bleh.
What do you want to do with her?
They're off a
I'm not the
bridge.
killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
I can't believe that lady. She was either really dumb or really desperate. Literally, Doris comes in with Sid the Outlaw, leader of like the movement that's trying to like set bearers free and things like that. And after he destroys her guard and whatnot, and says, "Oh, but you know, why don't you join me? Remember all the good times? Remember we had so much fun. You were so great with the sword. I loved you, I promise. I swear it's true. Join me." Like, what? What was she expecting?
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak.
Good.
Went quietly, or so we're told.
As she
She won't
should.
be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Oh, this game. These people in this game. But I bet like that kind of sweet talk has worked so well in her favor in the past. Like she's just manipulative. Like she just says the sweet things that she thinks people want to hear.
Sid made it home safely.
Trying to make her seem like she's not dangerous and like she's really, she can help them or give them something. I don't know, but I don't like her. She sees the world through the same narrow mindset she has all her life and totally unwilling to consider any other options or point of view. Sadly, you know people like that in real life. Boy, oh boy. Let's take a look at the hunt board. Okay. Traversing the Velcroy. A caravan of traders traversing the Velcroy. Right, that was pretty much all the clue that they gave us. He's here. Chimera. Is that you? Yeah, that's you.
Safe.
That's you. Gorgamera. Oh, I forgot to save. Oh well.
We're not gonna work on this one. Stay close, Torvald.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, wrong button. Oh. We're doing this. That's fine. I'm sure it'll be off cooldown soon. What I meant to do was this. What's up? What's up with that? Boom. How much damage did I do? I didn't check. Is it good damage? $83,000. Yeah, that I've never gotten. I don't think I broke 60k before, or not 70k at least. meant to do. I think I need more stagger output though. Should I bring Gorge back? Maybe if I just use this more. Well, that was easy. That was way easier than the dragon. Yay, and we got a level up. Okay.
Should have picked on someone your own size.
Man. Should I bring... I don't know. Should I bring Gouge back? I think I need Gouge back. It was doing so well for me. They were staggering really fast. I don't know. You bowed to me as a gamer? Well, thank you. Sometimes I'm pretty good at video games. Unless it's a platformer. Or a stealth game. And forget about it.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell?
I didn't mean to do
Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
All right. Well, let's go to the continent of Ash. Oh, we're not locked in. We're not locked into it. Okay. Whew. Do I want to though? I wonder if we should. I don't know. It's 6 o'clock. We have Dalamil, Tabor, Aucklid, Northreach. Oh man, all of our friends. I'm kind of having fun with the side quests, so I think we might as well just keep doing them until I'm bored or just ready to move on. We'll keep doing some side quests for a bit. We will do some main story. At least in the last hour, we'll go to the main story. I promise you guys we'll do some main story. But I think for right now, I'm kind of enjoying the side stuff.
Take that, you naughty thief! And that! Stop it, Renz! It's dangerous!
Just a fucking branch. Luber!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet.
I'll vote for you.
If the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws. And they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
Well, when you put it that way.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
Well, hello, Sir Justinian.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
A League of Outlaws.
Sounds like we have some competition.
Oh. I have Josh and Gav with me. I forgot. Well, they haven't been with me until I talked to Otto. Okay, that's nice. Are you Victor?
Still in Dalamil, Victor.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Let's do all of them. All the camps. Let's get our bird. Everybody get on your birds. Yeah. Bird squad.
Run like the wind.
Woo!
That must be the camp Victor mentioned.
We make this quick.
That's him. The one who killed Locke and Fingers. Take his head off!
Oh my gosh, I did it again. Well, you guys are fucked. Oh man. That's funny. A little bit of an overkill, but you know. Is what it is. Boom, ow, how dare you? Why would you do that? Can you imagine the voice acting director. Like, okay, here's your line. Here's a glass of water. I want you to gargle the water and die at the same time. Just...
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
What a surprise.
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Huh?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
Whoa! That woke me up. I was like, oh. Now the city is being attacked? Alright, I'll go take care of it. And then he's like, Lubor's a bearer, and I'm like, huh?
And now everyone knows.
Shit.
I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can.
Lord Underhill.
Stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Yeah, just convince these people that their long ingrained prejudices can just be forgotten.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our customers.
What do you mean, don't jump to conclusions? He cast a spell without a crystal. What other conclusion is there?
Can you believe we were going to make him mayor? He would have been the ruin of us all.
The bastard's been lying to us for as long as we've known him.
So, Lubor is a bearer, is he? He did well to keep it hidden so long.
Unlike some of my fellow Dalamilians, the deception doesn't trouble me. Does the world know the full truth about them, I wonder?
Well, at least somebody's got a good head on their shoulders. Jeez.
I saw the whole thing. The magic flew straight from Lubor's hand, I swear it. And without a crystal in sight.
None of the stalls were plundered this time, thanks Peter Gilbert. How did your men fare? Any wounded?
The only thing wounded was our pride. We swore never to let a bandit set foot in this town again. We failed.
Well, let's see what we can do. Though, realistically, if this were like the real world, like, it would take more than just one little speech to turn these people's minds around.
I think we'd better shut up shop for today. Give people one less thing to throw at him.
Oh, you're nice. Oh, throwing bread at him? Throwing this guy's... The people here are cool. This is the guy that made the, what do you call them? Those Mother Crystal breads.
Sounds like something's happening in the square. I wonder what.
But yeah, it takes years to, I would think it takes years to change people's like prejudices that they've been like taught since they were young. And if they can even be changed at all, their minds can even be changed at all.
Those damned blackguards took all my best pieces. Just my luck that we were robbed by connoisseurs.
Daddy, what happened to your crystal?
It broke, son. And we won't be getting another.
There's some really good, if you just go around and listen to people's conversations and stuff, it's really, there's some really good stuff there.
Gilbert, take this crystal. It's no more use than the bearer I sold to buy it. Ah, well, can always buy another. And at least I don't have to feed it.
And at least I don't have to feed it.
He knew all along that he was playing us for fools.
And we fell for it. We followed him. A bearer.
A bearer?
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
What would you do in his situation?
Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalamil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
I'm so freaking mad right now. This is pissing me off.
Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share in Lubor's ill-gotten gil, perhaps?
What do you mean, don't jump to conclusions? He cast a spell...
Ill-gotten gil? Like what? How do you figure?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor, come on.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp.
I don't want a reward.
I have packing to do.
I want to...
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
Punch all these people in the face.
Bear it in mind. Thank you.
He'll bear it in mind. God damn it. God damn it. Man. You're gonna have to make me wait to continue this? Oh, gosh. Let's talk to people.
Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong.
There are a bunch of dumbasses.
I'm going to go with him.
Why didn't he tell us?
Well, isn't it obvious? Isn't it?
If you're going to try and convince me to stay, save your breath. I will not put those children at risk.
Fuck.